Hot damn, that was good. That was a while coming, long time coming though. Chelsea 4, not Chelsea 4, City 4, Chelsea 0. Great performance after the last couple of games, especially against Brentford, Everton and then Chelsea. Even though we won last game, the performance, the system was not it, and I'm glad he changed it up this game because that was one of the main reasons we smashed Chelsea. Chelsea must be sick of City this season, like. They must be sick of themselves. They spent 350 million since the summer and they're in 10th, like, and out of everything apart from the Champions League. But yeah, great game from City today and we will run through it. Let's go. So first off is the system change that we employed this game compared to the last couple of games where it's been like a flat back three with 2 DMs, with Rico Lewis being one of the DMs. This isn't gonna anything against Rico Lewis, it's just the system stinks. The system stinks compared to what we played today. Not a flat back four, but the fullbacks were wide. Kyle Walker came in field sometimes, but Gomez was a lot higher, and the switch from Laporte to Ake is a big difference when you're playing out from the back. Nothing against Ake, he's been class recently, but Laporte came back in and he was just playmaking from the centre back like he'd never left. Well, before his injury he didn't do it as much, which kind of annoyed me. He just seemed to just play every pass with his right foot, which confuses opponents sometimes because he's left footed, but today he was very good at centre back. But yeah, flat back four with the fullbacks getting up high and wide at times, reminiscent of 2017 to 2019 Man City, and it's what we love to see. I've been missing that type of football. That third goal, mwah! That is just football we've been missing for ages. Like, a lot of our football recently is just based on individual quality, I feel. It's just screaming for Kevin De Bruyne to bail us out and for Haaland to score. Like, it's just not what it was back in the old days. It sounds stupid to say, but it's true. But yeah, that system change, just... does it really depend that much on the back four? That position? Because it just does seem so much better. I don't know why. Maybe it's because the two DMs, Rodri and Rico Lewis, and then you have the two like CMs, Gundogan, Bernardo Silva, and Kevin De Bruyne making like a box. Is that like a weird box in midfield? Is that like a weird system to play with? I don't know. But the system today is the system that I want going forward. Maybe Cancelo in for Gomez, and maybe John Stones in for Akanji, even though Akanji's been class since he's came in. For 15 million, like, that's what I want to see moving forward. That Walker on the right, I don't mind Rico coming in, but when Rico Lewis comes in, he's going to play in that Philip Lahm role and like CDM inverted. And if that happens, I don't want Ake at left back. You need a Gomez or a Cancelo pushing up high and wide if Rico Lewis is going to come infield for that system to work, like we did in the last couple of minutes when Rico came on. Not with Ake at left back and as a flat back three. I don't like it. I just don't like it like that. If you're going to play Rico Lewis in that role, you need a Cancelo or a Gomez high and wide up on that left. Or maybe not high and wide, just as a proper left back rather than a left centre back. But yeah, I've said on Twitter before, if Pep didn't change the system going forward, we wouldn't do well. But if he sticks with this system now, I think, yeah, league's fine. We'll win the league. We should win a cup competition or two as well. I think with this kind of system that we used to play, I don't know why he changed it all of a sudden. But yeah, with the system, I think we'll be fine moving forward. Crisis will be over. Number 2, Mara's Magic or Mara's Winter Wonderland. Whenever he has those black gloves on, or it's anywhere near Ramadan, or it's Champions League time, Riyad Mahrez is dusts off them black gloves, puts them on, and just performs like a madman. He's in great form at the moment. I think it's like his form going back till October has been fairly decent. Like, I think his goals and assists has just been great. We've only noticed it now since the World Cup's come back, but yeah, we were all, well, most of people probably didn't want him in the side coming back from the World Cup, and we all thought Haaland would be the one ready, fit and firing to come back. But Riyad Mahrez has had something up his sleeve for all of us, and boy, his first touch, woo! His first touch is unreal. Like, he's class on his day, and he's on his day almost every day now. He's in the side until he loses the shirt now, and a beautiful free kick today. Jeez, it took a little deflection, and if you ask yourself, you probably thought it was a little too far out for Mahrez to get the power on it. But yeah, great free kick. He let Alvarez take the first penalty, but then took the second one for himself. Kind of wish Palmer got it because he was the only one without a goal. But yeah, great game from Riyad Mahrez, and Boy, he's in fine form. Number 3, it's Phil Foden in the midfield, which I've been wanting for a while. I've said it a few times on Twitter and that, but I think he's become a little ineffective on the left, especially with the system that we've been playing recently. It just seems to make everyone ineffective, maybe apart from Grealish somehow. But yeah, Phil Foden for a while now. Last season he had the excuse of being a little ineffective because he was playing a false 9. Didn't think that was the actual case. I thought 2021 Phil Foden was different gravy. He was on smoke that season. Last season he got the excuse of playing false 9, but now he's back on the left wing. He's not, I don't know, he's not playing bad, he's just not playing to the standard of 2020-2021 Phil Foden. But now he was back in the middle today. He got his goal, that was nice. He just gets a lot more freedom and space in midfield to turn. If you remember that goal in 2021 against Mönchengladbach, I think it was, he received the ball in the middle, turned and just slid it straight through to Gundogan to score. That's the kind of areas you want him on the pitch, and I feel he was a bit quiet in the first half though, but I think he grew into it in the second half and then got his goal obviously. But yeah, I want to see more of Phil Foden in the midfield, especially when KDB is injured or has rest or whatnot, because I feel when he plays on the left, it's almost like a magnet, just keeps drawing him back rather than taking on a fullback or whatever. I like seeing Phil Foden in the middle or inside positions at least, I think. Number 4, Alvarez back from the World Cup with a bang. World Cup winner Julian, the Spider-Man, back with a goal. Good game today, to be fair. Good link-up play, good hold-up play. Sometimes his touch can be a bit dodgy, and today he got the ball, and if he had to scuff it out to a player or whatever, I don't think he lost it that much. Yeah, he's always a willing runner as well. He's basically Gabriel Jesus, but with a better finish line. When we were getting rid of Jesus, we thought, well, you'll never find anyone to press as hard as this guy, but this guy's just as insane. It might be what gets him in the team eventually over Haaland if he does progress and becomes as proficient as Haaland in front of goal. Haaland doesn't press as much as Alvarez unless he's mad like one of the last games. He's just flying into tackles, which is a new side of Haaland that I like to see. But yeah, back to Alvarez. Nice penalty today to get a goal. He scored in every competition now on his first start. Champions League, Premier League, Carabao Cup, FA Cup, Community Shield, is that the other one? Yeah, probably World Cup as well. Probably scored in his first start there too. He definitely did actually. But yeah, it's good to see Alvarez back in and scoring straight away, like with all strikers, or just anyone coming back into the side straight away. Number 5, Kyle Walker was a menace today. You want to check in for PDs after the game. He was on smoke. He was doing like quick flip, I don't know what you call it. It's like the skill Phil Foden and Iniesta do. It's just like you flip it onto your other foot and get past an opponent. He was doing that. Switches of plays, bombing down the wing, bodying players left, right and centre like Kyle Walker knows how. Yeah, that's one player you love to see in confidence. Forget the forwards, forget the fancy skills. Just Kyle Walker when he knows he's a physical specimen of a man. Just allowing players to get a few yards head start and catch up with them and just bounce them out of the way anyway. So, see, it's a truly beautiful sight in football. Even today, players just playing it well long down the line, knowing Walker will just steam onto it. Like that Lewis Hall, I think, he's a quick player, but Kyle Walker destroyed him for pace a couple of times tonight. Lovely no-look assist for Foden's goal as well. That goal, man. The play from start to finish. It started off with Walker and a fancy bit of skill. He switched it out wide. Palmer and Sergio Gomez doing well for Rodri to ping it out to Riyad Mahrez. Beautiful first touch as always. So casually lays it off to Kyle Walker, who's just steaming in. I thought he might blast for a shot, but yeah, he just no-look blast in across the box for Phil Foden to tap home. Everyone was in love with that goal. Beautiful. 2017 to 2019 Manchester City is back, baby! No, yeah, they're back, but yeah. Can you tell I'm excited by that goal? Just that game in general, the free kick, 2 penalties, yeah. But then that goal tops it off and shows me that City are back. And that we'll go on to, you know, well, the quad is on, win everything. No, I think we'll probably still slip up in the Champions League or whatnot, but the league, I'm much more confident now. Brentford game, Everton game really had me wondering if Pep was going to persist with a new tactic, and he may still do. He better not. I really hope he doesn't. But in the last Chelsea game, even though we won, system stank up the place, and I thought it was going to paper over a lot of cracks. But Pep changed it today, giving me a lot more confidence. I was down after the last game, after the last win. We won the game, and I was pretty much disappointed because I thought Pep would continue with the system because we got the win. But no, he's answered my prayers, and yeah, full steam ahead, let's go. Number 6, Aymeric Laporte coming back with a bang. He's been off for ages now, and he slotted in so well today. It was a blinder of a performance. It wasn't just like a standard centre-back performance, it just playmaking so much today. Lovely looped balls over the top, lovely switches of play. Before his injury, he didn't really do that, and that's why I was wondering what he was going to be like when he came back in. Was he going to revert to that? He seemed to, even though he's that good of a passer, he always just laid it off to someone else, mostly on his right foot out to the left back. I know you don't, it catches the opposition off guard because it's on his weaker foot, but when he can switch play so well, those long loop balls over the top, and even the passes into midfield as well again today, he's returned with them. Yeah, you love to see it. Aymeric Laporte and John Stones are like the dream centre-back duo. So if they can both... And John Stones has been playing excellently late, actually, for a good while now. Those two get on it. Whoa, it's looking dusty for the rest of the league. Number 7, I think Rico Lewis coming on again for a nice tidy cameo in that Philip Lahm spot, as Pep Guardiola said. He's like our mini Lamb. He looks like he's going to be in that CDM role for the foreseeable future. I do want to see him out wide to see how he does, because I'm not the biggest fan of that inverted role. Maybe it's just I'm not a fan of it the last couple of games because we played with a flat back 3 with 3 centre backs. Maybe it's okay if Cancelo or Gomez plays there and they're high and wide. Maybe he can do it then. But it's still a big thing. He's only 18, only just turned 18. Like 2 weeks ago or something like that, and he's got so much faith already. He's very secure on the ball for an 18-year-old, and he's settled in so quickly. You love to see it. Him, Phil Foden are like proper first team starters now. No, Phil Foden's a lot ahead of him, but Rico Lewis, I think Rico Lewis is ahead of Cole Palmer, let's just say that. But yeah, lovely stuff from Rico Lewis coming on, and I wonder will he play against Southampton? He'll probably play against Southampton, and Walker's regained the spot of Rico Lewis. There's no doubt about that. Walker was phenomenal today. You can't play Rico Lewis over that guy. The man is a machine. But yeah, I think he'll start against Southampton, and I hope he balls out. I like the guy. City fan, 18. He's not the Walker replacement everyone says he is. That's just unfair to label him as that. Mini Lamb is more appropriate just because of their physical stature and whatnot. Kyle Walker's a beast and he's like 6 foot maybe or something like that. If Rico Lewis turns into that powerhouse, boy, we got a baller on our hands because he's technically adept as well. So 0.8, just a bit on the rest of the team now. Ortega was nice on the ball. Good distribution. Didn't have any saves to make, although I think he had 1 save. If he clipped it or not, but he wasn't really good on target. But yeah, his distribution was good. I have no problems whenever he plays. He seems to just be very dependable. Probably gives Ederson a good kick up the backside. Akanji for 50 million. That boy is just 7 out of 10 almost every game. He's a bit suspect aerially, but he didn't have any aerial duels to deal with. He's very good at anticipating passes and intercepting or closing down very quickly, which I like. Seems the aggressive kind of centre back at times. Rodri, just standard Rodri performance, great as usual. Nice cameo for Calvin Phillips when he came on. You know what I noticed he's good at? He's good at getting his head up quickly, but then not taking too long before making a pass. Like some of his switches out wide today was just looked up, seen it wide, pinged it out. And that's something I love about players, just seeing something and playing it straight away and not waiting a second or two, because that second or two is invaluable for the defender closing that wide player down. And to be honest, you didn't know if it was Mahrez or Walker on that wide side. That's how great Walker played. Bernardo had a good game as well, all around, dropping deep. Yeah, good performance from him as well. And for the manager, spot on. Got everything spot on. Changed the stinky system from the last couple of games. And yeah, I hope he sticks with it. I don't hope he don't go tinkering again. Don't go tinkering. At least not to the old system. Keep this system. I like this system. Stick with it, and we'll win the league. Guaranteed. Unless injuries or whatnot. But yeah, that was a thoroughly enjoyable game, and I'm so glad it's just games every 3 days now. Imagine being any other fan. If you're a Chelsea fan, you're probably dreading having to watch your team play every 3 days. But with City now, if they keep that system, yeah, bring on the games. Roll on Southampton and roll on Arsenal in the next... Well, probably Arsenal actually, but Arsenal is a tough draw. Never actually. Arsenal or Oxford, but Arsenal, at least it's at home. We're going to have to play we played Chelsea twice recently. We're going to play Tottenham twice in a couple of weeks, and then we'll play Arsenal twice in a couple of weeks as well. Next month is football mad, but City are good with these games every 3 days, big games every 3 days as well. This is when we get our proper rhythms together, and I wouldn't be surprised if we were unbeaten in all of them or won every single one of them. That's just how City do it. They get to the business end of the season and the wins roll in. But yeah, I didn't even plan on making a video about this, but that win has just gassed me up. I just wanted to talk about it. Just throw my opinions on the change system on camera and see what you lot think about it. You lot. There's no one here. But yeah, don't know when the next video will be out. Depends how the game against Southampton makes me feel. So yeah, those are my thoughts. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I shall see you next time. Peace.